Hey everyone, welcome to this week's edition of What's Driving Token Prices. I'm your host, Katie Talati, Director of Research at Arca. For those of us joining us for the first time, I'm responsible for identifying and analyzing digital asset and blockchain opportunities for Arca's funds. As part of our research, my team and I examine token prices and the market events that act as catalysts for price change. Based on our research and market events over the past week, here are some notable token price movements and what we think drove these moves. As a reminder before we get started, this commentary is not intended to be investment advice, investment research, or an investment recommendation. Please consult your investment professional for your own circumstances. All right, we are officially like 1 week or 8 days out from the merge. We're going to dive right in this week. We have some fun things going on. So first up, we have Flow blockchain. So Flow last week, Ticketmaster announced a partnership with Dapper Labs. So that's the company behind the Flow blockchain. The partnership is going to allow event organizers who issue tokens through Ticketmaster to issue NFTs. According to Dapper Labs, 5 million NFTs have already been minted on Flow for event organizer clients. So although the market had a muted reaction to the news, I think this is still very positive. It really, it helps with the wider distribution and proliferation of NFTs, and specifically on Flow, really good for, their long-term growth. One thing to note, I think I may have mentioned it a couple weeks ago, but if you did miss it, Meta or Facebook also partnered with them. So you can, I think Instagram NFTs can be done through Flow in addition to like Ethereum and Polygon, I believe. So despite this, Flow was down 14% for the week. All right, next up, we have Helium. So for those who don't know, Helium is basically a decentralized wireless provider, and they kind of focus on IoT or Internet of Things and 5G provider or providing services for those networks. So last week, a community member of Helium submitted a proposal to migrate the network from its blockchain from its own blockchain to Solana. So currently, Helium is its own layer 1 blockchain. It's responsible for its own security and validators, in addition to having basically its application run on top of it. So the proposal noted that staking HNT to secure the network would no longer be needed following the migration. So that basically, because Solana is going to provide the security going forward, those validators, the Helium blockchain won't need to have the stakers it currently does. So right now it has stakers securing the network and individuals running hotspots, which are basically nodes which offer that wireless network. So there might still be a staking component in the future, but this kind of spooked some people in the market, since this would have, some income would be prematurely lost. So just for clarity, HNT is 38% staked, or 38% of the Helium supply is staked. And we believe this is a reason that the token ended up trading down. It is down 12% on the week. All right, next up we have Axie Infinity, the blockchain-based game. So this week yesterday it relaunched its marketplace, rebranding it app.axie. The new marketplace features UI improvements and a new future games section. So that'll be kind of interesting to watch if they end up adding any future games there, because right now there's just Axie and Infinity. In addition to this, Axie's annual conference, AxieCon, begins today in Barcelona. And as we've seen in the past, conferences are a great place to make announcements, so keep an eye out for that one. All that said, Axie is down 6.3% for the week. And last up, we have Binance. All right, so Binance, biggest centralized exchange out there, and their token BNB. They also have their own blockchain, actually, Binance Chain. So earlier this week, Binance announced that they're planning to auto-convert all stablecoin pairs on its exchange 1-to-1 with BUSD. BUSD is Binance's native stablecoin, and the third largest stablecoin, I believe, after USDT and USDC. So basically, they're going to stop support for trading pairs of USDC, True USD, and Pax Dollar. Users can still deposit and withdraw those stablecoin pairs, but upon deposit, they're going to be automatically converted to BUSD. The move was seen as basically a direct cut to USDC. which is the second largest stablecoin issuer. And it's very widely used on other exchanges. Obviously, Coinbase is exclusively using USDC. And yeah, further, I mean, we everyone's been positing, why would Binance do this? How does this help them? One thought is that with interest rates moving higher, it appears to be a way for Binance to kind of increase its revenue. So for pretty much all these centralized stablecoin issuers, the way they work is that they take your money, they give you a stablecoin in return that you can use throughout the crypto ecosystem. What they do with your money then is they go around and they usually invest it in treasuries, because those are the risk, that is the risk-free rate. And then whatever they earn on top of that is what they capture as revenue. So that might not seem like a great business model, but when you're doing billions and billions of dollars like USDC and USDT are, they're making a lot of money on that interest rate, even when interest rates are super low. So interest rates have gone up. There's way more incentive for somebody like Binance to actually increase the usage of their stablecoin and invest that fiat into treasuries. So interesting. Binance is always one to watch in the market. I will say that. Even with this, though, they were down 4% for the week. And I think, just for context, the only thing, like the Ethereum, I think, was barely up. It was mostly flat for the week. So that is all I have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed our insights. Tune in here again next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific to hear what's driving token prices.